5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the bonus ball is Alpha.
And I lost. Probably because I didn't buy a ticket. It's great to see you, and I do hope that you are well.
If you don't buy a ticket, you can't play the game.
So it's great to see you guys. Hope you are well. Tonight we're talking TT120 with Peachy. He'll be coming on about 15:15 thereabouts. So we're just ironing out a few tech issues.
Oh, so I shouldn't have closed the chat?
What?
I thought we were going straight to him.
Which bit about how we always do interviews have you lost track of over the intervening 8
I
years?
was paying attention.
How many years have we been doing this?
9.
Is it 9? I lose track. So, are we doing something special for the 10th anniversary?
I might let you have a day off.
Yeah, have a short holiday. Did you enjoy it? Back to work. So, there's a lot going on in the world of TT120. And we've got Peachy TT120, Mr. TT120 himself, on in a little bit to talk about that. And my mind's just gone, you know, we had all those things carefully squirreled away to talk about. Woohoo!
Yeah, you know, you had all those squirrels.
Yeah, I can't remember what we were going to...
Lost connection.
What bullshit is that?
We just completely went offline.
So
we're now back.
Right, what I suggest we do is when the stream is done, I take the computer that's underneath here out and I beat some sense into it with a very large lump.
I have an idea of what we should do.
What?
Tomorrow we go and we find a new computer for you. One that will work with your monitors and the sound system we've got, and plug that in instead.
You know, we have got a better computer downstairs that,
Yes.
that I don't tend to use.
It's not reliable in the slightest.
No, not that one. The other
You put
one.
17 different hard drives in it and then complained when it was slow.
No. The other one. The new one that sits as part of the stereo with the lovely sleek black front so it blends into our audio-visual stuff.
The one that's got an entirely built-in...
Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
And we're back, and it seems from the comments that everyone is having internet connections at the moment.
So, Nick Garolimo says, now you two, stop bickering over computers.
We're not bickering over computers, we're having issues.
Yeah, lots of... to be honest, we have a garbage computer whose software has been messed around with by tech bros somewhere.
Well, I'll tell you right now, if you get another one, whether it's old or new, they will mess around with that as well.
Yeah.
They can't stop themselves.
Okay, let's move on. So, a big hello to Ben, 60,009. Good evening to you. Peter Jackson, Cheadle Heath as well. Bally's 56XX. Ruben Ashwell, Summer Breeze, Mother Railway, Climate Chairman 1, David Scott 468. Xantec, Mr. Pal. That's Mr. Pal. Who says it's hot here. It's very humid here. What's wrong, Zoe? DJK 666. Great to see you. Tim Shaw, N4D. Stefan Svensson. The London Cheesehead. Daryl Lewis, ZM8DZ. Anthony. Ruben Ashwell, Warbler Productions, Andy Fry's Junction, Flomo Chairman 1, of course, is handling the modding. Yes, he has the Velvet Rope and the suspiciously blank sheet of paper going, sorry mate, you're not on the list, you can't come in. Richard Knowles, great to see you. Rick Morley, RG Models 86, and Iron Horse Railway. So,
We're not going to read
Iron
that
Horse
out.
Railways, no. No, no, no. That's naughty. Come on, potty mouth, leave that for your own channel. So, anywho.
This is not a family show, but we do have standards.
Yeah, it's not a family show, but, like, you know, come on now. So, right. Yeah, the new Nexus chip coming from Ellis Clark Trains, Clark Railworks. Really quite interesting.
Is this the two channel?
Yeah, and a lot of people are going, oh, but you can play multiple sounds on sound decoders. Aha. But
That's not
every
what it's all
other
about.
brand of sound decoder outputs in mono to one set of speakers. So effectively, you can't have stereo sound, and you can't have sound that comes with different sounds coming from different places.
Yeah.
The new Nexus from Ellis Clark Trains can. How does this do this? Well, it's got two separate amplifier outs, which are completely independent from each other. And what does that mean? Well, what it means is that, for example, you can have the chuffing coming from where the funnel is on the locomotive and where the cylinders are, the hiss from the drain cocks, all that kind of stuff. But you could have the fireman shoveling, the whistle, all those sort of sounds coming from the back of the locomotive, where the cab is. So there's a lot of options on this, and this, I think, will really play into its own when it comes to bigger locomotives, stuff like O-gauge, which is what Ellis Clark Trains, Clark Railworks is really well known for. So I think that this is an interesting development, and I must admit, when I saw it and when I read about it, it left me wondering, why has nobody done that before?
Well, the cost for a start and size of the chip.
Yes,
You've got to remember that as technology progresses, we can do more in smaller spaces.
Yes, yeah.
But the people that are saying, oh, we can already do stereo, yeah, that's basically tell us that you haven't read it without telling us you haven't read it.
Yeah.
The idea of it coming from different positions is just limited to a locomotive, though, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
How many of your longer...
multiple units.
Multiple units. One chip sounds from different units.
Yeah, and this is one of the things which, I'll be honest with you, I did actually say to KR Models when the 4DD was in development, why not put another speaker at the other end? Not to have a separate sound channel, but actually just so that the sound of the electric motors came from all the places it should do. And, you know, it's not just limited to KR Models, the Bachmann classes, 410, 411, 422, all of those, all the sounds are coming from one end of the thing, which isn't right. And it is noticeable, it's very noticeable when you've got a very long train. So the Nexus decoder, I'm very interested to see what it's able to do for things like
especially if
those.
you have a through line on signals via a well, you know those connectors that aren't the standard tension lock couplings, but the ones that actually send a signal or power and things like that.
Yeah,
If you have a through line of those, you could put the speaker anywhere.
Well, yeah,
And it would get the connection.
And I actually thought that KR Models missed a trick on this because they've got an 8-pin connector on kinematics that runs the entire length of the 4DD, and it would have been a golden opportunity to do that.
Yeah.
Steve Maxwell 1453 says, sorry I'm late today. I'm very late for last week. It was my birthday.
Hey, Monday, Clapper! It's never late to the wagons! No, around late early. They arrive precisely when they need you.
Thanks.
You didn't think I'd be here this early, did you? But I was. I was hiding.
In the biscuit barrel. Yes, you should have heard the sound of munching.
Also,
Birthday.
happy
Birthday to you. Squash tomatoes and stew. Bread and butter in the gutter. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Ben Tullett 6068 says, I was late for 2 weeks. Ian White 7462 says, I'm thinking of ordering a Jenny. I think she would like a ride in the wagon I've just finished. What,
hey,
face down in the coal load?
isn't that your normal position?
Yeah. Hello.
Isn't that where we find you on a Sunday morning after a Saturday night out?
No, SHGP Media, evening for you. There's some latecomers piling in here. A lot of latecomers going,
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And I keep getting corrected because I interchanged the two terms, but David Scott says chimneys on locos, funnels on ships. But
Okay, if we're going to have this again, we're going to call it a toot snoot and you can all be annoyed.
can I just say that there is a Thomas the Tank Engine story where Percy creeps up on the guy pushing the baggage thing across the Barrow Crossing and ends up with a pair of trousers wrapped around what is described as his funnel. So the Reverend Audrey regarded them as a funnel as well. So I'm going to say they're slightly interchangeable.
We're going to call it a puff pipe now.
No, you can't. No, I'm afraid that these days you have to call it a fairy hole. Right, anywho.
Well, it's not a hole, it's a pipe. It's a fairy pipe. That's where your fairy cakes come from.
Okay, anywho, meanwhile, back at the ranch, shall we give Peachy a call?
Before we go any further,
Okay, Peachy, hang fire.
before we go any further, talking of Thomas the Tank Engine and people in the chat talking to Thomas the Tank Engine, what did we launch over the weekend? You've forgotten already.
Where we launched
The
a
new-
small furry creature
The new
into
board
space.
game channel.
Oh, was that the first video on
Yes.
Board So we played the Thomas the Tank Engine game on the game. What was it? Board Game Hammer.
Board game hammer.
Did you set it as a collaboration?
Yes.
And did anybody come as a result?
No.
No. So go and check that out after the stream. And it's a game suitable for all ages. So we fitted right in on that. But yeah, no, it's really great.
Yes, because we are some age.
Dan 90 Tank says puff pipe sounds better. Let's make tracks TT120. I know I have to live with this one full time.
don't have
You
to,
only
you
get
get
her
to.
for a couple of hours a week. Right, so if you wouldn't mind bringing Peachy on, and then I will get the old earmuffs with.
Okay, I am going to close down the chat now so that we don't have.
Yeah, we're just trying to reduce our
overpowered,
overheads to.
We are getting a new computer, though. It's as simple as that.
Apparently, we're getting a new computer. So
I am bringing up the Peach.
So we're going to be calling the Peachy TT120 Mr. TT120. Ooh. So there we go. We have a Peachy now. I can see on my screen. So if you're able to, I don't know why it's now getting.
Oh, for goodness, it's just turned me off. But who
So,
cares? Here we go.
We have an error message we can't get rid of. So anywho.
How is that different from any other day?
So we put your earmuffs on because at the moment you're shouting and it's really hurting my ears.
Okay.
Right, anyway, Chris, how are you doing?
Absolutely fine, thank you very much. We eventually got here, haven't we?
Yes, we have. What the listeners at home have not seen is the epic nature of what it takes to actually make stuff work on this show. Anybody would think that we're a Mickey Mouse organisation, but it turns out we're not even Betty Boo. But look, you are the master of the miniature. You really are Mr. TT120. You've really become at the forefront of the hobby of this particular scale. You're the one that everybody turns to when people go, I wonder, is there a new manufacturer entering this scale? Oh, Peachy will know. And you do know, do you not? Because TMC have made a really quite exciting announcement in the realm of TT120. So, Peachy, tell us a little bit about this new commission and also the entry of a new manufacturer into this range.
Well, thank you for all of that. It made me blush a little bit. It's
does
not
that.
magic. It's not magic. It's just hard work. It's just it's good old-fashioned shoe leather and banging on doors. But, right. So Yes, as I guess most people are quite aware now, since we've been shouting about it all over the weekend, that yes, TMC have commissioned Revolution trains. Revolution trains?
Yeah, sorry, there's another. Oh, Peachy let one
Rapido.
slip. But I thought Revolution have already made something in TT120.
We've already commissioned it. I was just joking. So Rapido, obviously, yeah, we're going for the Diagram 801, fish wagon stroke express parcel stroke departmental. Now this is something that we've been. Well, I've been talking to Andy for about 15, 16 months, as I've mentioned before. When I joined TMC, young Mr. Yates, Alex, said, "Go forth, Peachy, and multiply." And at least I think that's what he said. And I went out and just started talking to people and spoken to, I would say, pretty much, well, no, actually, yeah, every manufacturer I have spoken to. Some in more detail than others. Some are interested, but maybe not now. Some have their own plans. But I had a good chat with Andy at Ali Pally 25. So it's about 15, 16 months ago. And I joked in my little YouTube video that I wanted to do something in GWR. And he literally did say bugger off. Not because he doesn't like GWR, obviously. If you look at Rapido's back catalogue, they love it. But without rolling stock to pull it, he didn't really see the point of doing it. For me, I feel a lot of this stuff right now is a little bit like chicken and egg. What comes first? I've spoken to manufacturers about bringing out particular locos, and they said, "Well, there's nothing for them to pull." And then I speak to other manufacturers about wagons, and they go, "Well, there's nothing out there to pull them."
So it's like somebody has to jump first, and I suppose it's a lot like when 00 first appeared, and there wasn't a lot of choice then. I mean, we're quite lucky in other scales that they've been around long enough that there's a whole ecosystem that new models can slot into. But TT120 started completely from scratch for UK outline. So there's always going to be a case of trying to build up that ecosystem that'll eventually be vast enough that you can just make a model and have it slot in quite nicely, I suppose.
Exactly. So that's why we decided upon doing these 801s. There was a lot of them produced. They tick a number of good boxes for us, or for the modellers in our scale. In other words, Eastern, Midlands, and Western, and we've even had a little cheeky little Southern, the preserved one that's down the Bluebell line. That's been a phenomenal seller. I seem to be the only person not surprised by that. But then maybe I'm the only person paying attention to the fact that the Bluebell have Terriers and have the Normandy.
Yeah.
So if we've got those in TT120, if you offer something to those modelers who are using those that they can run,
yes,
they're gonna buy them.
Yeah.
It isn't rocket science.
And I mean, is TT120 in a way bringing out a new model? Is it a bit like shooting fish in a barrel in that because it's so starved of models at the moment because everything's just getting going, whatever you bring out will sell well because it's almost a Hobson's choice. It's that or nothing. I would say to a certain extent, yes. We're going through a honeymoon period. I don't know when that honeymoon period will finish. Certainly, there is a big section of the 120 community which are newbies, new to the scale, and so doing these things like these commissions that we've done already. We've done commissions with Pico, Revolution, and now Rapido. These are actually introducing those names which are very familiar to us, but also to those new modellers who only really know of Hornby. Nothing wrong with that, but it actually then hopefully will lead them to expand what they're doing in railway modelling and actually investigate what's going on, come along to the shows, speak to those other manufacturers, find out what everyone else is doing, and have some fun while they're doing it. And oh, hold on, sorry, I've just spotted a locomotive wizard. Zoe, talk to the nice gentleman before we get a huge, great big crash.
Okay. As you might know, Peachy, I'm a fan of TT120 myself, and you hit exactly my argument earlier on where you said, if you putting out a new local, what are they going to pull? Because I actually made that joke on here a while back. But my question is, what makes you think, fish wagons at this time and things like that? Because I know that you've got the coal wagons and things like that. What made you think fish wagons?
Well, it's not quite as simple as thinking of the best thing that we all want and need and going out there and doing it. That might be the case for Hornby. They're in a position to actually start fresh tooling, start new research, start new CAD, etc., and crack on with make whatever it is we want. Trying to get other manufacturers to be interested, we almost have to we have to be a little bit more careful. We have to look at, we have to make ways of making it attractive to them. Right.
Right. Yeah.
When I say attractive, it's about cost.
Yeah.
So if they've got something that they've got research for, if they've got something they've got CAD for, to a certain extent, although they've got to rework the CAD. If they've got some data how those products are already sold on other scales, then that's an easier and quicker jumping off point. Yes, of course, but I've been asking for a prairie and GWR stock like a cattle wagon, a little con flat or something. I've been asking that for ages, but they don't all want to jump on and do that. Although what's refreshing about what we're doing with Rapido is we've had lots of conversations, and they've got plans. They're actually taking it seriously, and although they recommended, like in my little video, please send what you want in.
Yeah.
That's very interesting information for them. Remember, this is all new raw data for them.
Yeah.
But I think that they are going to step forward quite quickly with progressing into the scale. Other companies that maybe are smaller, such as Revolution, have to take sort of more careful steps. That whatever they do has got to come out, it's got to work, it's got to sell, and then they can move on to the next project. Rapido, I think, are big enough, especially with the feedback that I'm giving them from the TMC that I work for, then that can give them some confidence that it's not all just BS, that there's some truth behind the fact that the 120 rail modelers want these products. Then I am expecting something really quite big and radical from Rapido, and it's something certainly popular.
I mean,
brilliant, thank you.
Do you find that there's any correlation, a commonality between what, say, 00 gauge modelers are wanting and what TT120 modelers want, or is it a very different outlook on railway modelling between the scales?
I think there's almost a 40-year difference. You have to remember that the 00 community have had what they wanted. That they've had their cake and they've been scoffing it for years.
We know all about that.
And fair play. That's what I would be doing if I was doing that scale. I'd be making trains up exactly how I wanted them because it's there. It's not that way in 120. But also you have to remember that although there has been a tiny bit of cannibalization when it comes to people in the hobby trying TT120 out. There is really quite a considerable amount of people that are returning to the hobby. From maybe 20, 30 years ago, or however long they are.
I mean
and even longer. And those are the ones that maybe back then when there were 10-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 20-year-olds, whatever, weren't really that bothered about purism or absolutely exact railway consists. There's plenty of time for that, and I think that will come in time. People already, there are people who are saying, you know what, I can't afford to buy everything that's in TT120, so I'm just going to focus on this zone, whether that's 8, 9, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Yeah.
And going, right, well, okay, this means I know that I can afford it, but when something else comes out in 2 years' time for my era, and they're quite happy with it. Of course, you can flip the coin of that, and that some of these older model makers who've come back after a long time are sometimes thinking, will I get what I want before I die?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, can I just interject here, because the cupboard monkey has been sat here patiently, like she's back at school with her finger in the air. So go ahead.
I do that so that you know that I've got something that's come up in the chat, so that we can. It's actually following on from what you're saying there, Peachy. Anthony's asking in the chat, how well have the pre-orders done over the weekend?
Okay, so obviously I'm not going to give you exact data.
Yeah.
Well, we obviously know that, yeah.
But
has it exceeded expectations?
Yes, and I don't have a particularly good poker face, so I couldn't lie to you. I'd been set a target for the first week, which seems to be a sort of benchmark.
Yeah.
Although I suspect it's a benchmark that's more in tune with how 00 works. So I was set a benchmark to hit at the end of this coming week, this coming Friday. We are 1% away from it this morning.
Right.
Oh, that's amazing.
And is that the point?
So over 3 days. Sorry, Jenny.
I just say, is that target about you need to pass that target for the project to be viable, or is that just like for the project to kind of pan out, we want to see sales coming in at that rate?
No, because the project was always viable, was always going to continue. Okay, so if nobody bought these, if everyone's attitude was, why do I want a stinky fish farm? And there was no orders, maybe just my one, right? Then we may have been having a conversation with Rapido about how we pull out of this. But that was never going to happen.
Yeah,
absolutely. I would eat my shirt before that happened.
I've seen.
So hang on, Jen. I'm finished. so when we were saying about this target to get to, this is more about if we hit this mark at this point in time, and if it continues and people continue to buy these things and realise how versatile they are, how far they can be used all over the country and doing a whole different bunch of jobs. Then that really does give the green light for Rapido Stage 2.
I mean, you're dropping some hints here, and I know a lot of manufacturers have been asked since TT120 first came out. Oh, are you going to try this? And manufacturers, I will say, Peachy, have a better poker face than you do, because they'll be like, "Oh no, we've never thought of that." And then the following day, they're making an announcement about a whole tooling suite. How much risk is TMC taking off the project for Rapido by actually, I presume TMC are effectively shouldering the risk on this because they're commissioning them. So from Rapido's point of view, it's one and done, and if they don't sell, that's on TMC's head rather than theirs.
Yeah, well, 100%. I mean, that is what makes it attractive to manufacturers to come and talk to us, because their first toe dip into the water is at our risk, not theirs.
Yeah.
Particularly when it comes to a full exclusive. So yes, that's the case as it was with the Hellion one, and also now with Rapido. Obviously, the Hellion one didn't pan out. There were a whole bunch of reasons for that. It was a shame. I still think we might see something from Hellion at some point, but they've got a job to do at the moment.
Well, I mean,
that focus is doing.
They're well advanced on with their class 121 and the class 55. So Hellion are in TT120, just not with the Mark IIs, which TMC were commissioning. I'd
be very surprised if that doesn't happen, because it really was Ben's baby.
Yeah.
Just one that I also agreed with him was low hanging fruit.
Was that TMC going to them and saying we'd like to commission these, or did they come to you and say we've got this? Are you interested?
No, it's all me.
Wow.
I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but
But it's nice to know you've got a trumpet to blow.
yes, exactly. To be honest, it's there would be. I'm not doing anything different than a lot of the railway modelers in the 120 scale.
Yeah.
They are going to the shows and they're going to manufacturers and they're talking to them, and I want them to continue doing that.
Yeah.
The difference is that I have TMC behind me. I have Alex Yates' support behind me.
Yeah, so
to go forth and try this stuff.
You have a
So
lot more clout than somebody going, "Oh, please make this. I'd buy one."
Yeah, you tried that. Did it work?
Well, that's exactly it. And I'm saying almost the same thing, except that I'm saying, please make this. We'll pay for them.
Yeah. We'll buy several thousand of them, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well,
now, obviously, it's not as easy as that. Like I said, so some of them, it's a bit like, it really is a bit of a challenge. There's been lots of people who have been very pleasant about the scale and are interested to see how it's getting on, but they are not ready at that moment, or they have other interests that they need to look after first. But the scale is going to go from strength to strength. We've got more and more. But I would say that the place up until recently where it hasn't been as represented as well as it has been received, and that is at the shows. And that's mainly because a lot of the new people aren't building show layouts; they're building their first layouts at home.
Yeah,
this is something that those hobbyists will progress into. What's interesting is now we have got more hobbyists who are making layouts, are going to shows. Next month we've got Beyond Steam at Swindon. I believe there's 4, including my layout. There's 4 TT layouts there. There's Lucy's, which I can't remember the name of. It's a Welsh one. Then there's David's Team Red, which is a small shunted, very, very detailed.
So I presume that's like DB Schenker.
That's it. And then there's Sheds on Sheds, which is another 66. Because remember, this is all about, because it's Beyond Steam, it's more modern era model.
Yeah.
And I'll be taking Batty there, so I'll just have HSTs and 66s running on it, that kind of thing.
We've got a question come in from the chat.
Not a question. Mike Lane, TT120, would like to cheer on Peachy. He says, TT wouldn't be in the state it's in without your efforts.
Yeah, I mean, very much. I mean, I know we joke about blowing trumpets, but no, seriously, you've been an amazing ambassador for the scale, and I think without you championing it, it would have just been left to Simon Kohler to say, "Come on now, this is really great," because obviously he was like quite a big champion at the start of it. But you've taken that mantle, and you've been able to do what I guess Simon Kohler couldn't as effectively do. You've been able to go to multiple manufacturers and work with all of them in a way that, with the restrictions of working for Hornby, he could not do.
That's exactly right. I'm not so sure. I'm no sort of, I'm not a great white knight. I'm just someone who's passionate about the hobby and really enjoying doing this. There's plenty of other people out there capable of doing what I'm doing. They've not got themselves in the situation that I've got myself into. But there are people like Mike Lane who just said those nice words. The guy's been putting a hell of a lot of effort in from day one. His YouTube channel was around before mine. There's lots of YouTubers, smaller YouTubers doing that kind of stuff, and it's bloody brilliant. But they've all got full-time day jobs. Fortunately, my full-time day job now is to try and push this and promote it.
Yeah,
that's my advantage.
I mean,
go back to your point about the fact that Simon Kohler couldn't flirt around and talk to different people. Yes, there is some truth in that, and that's an advantage I have, and it's something that Alex at TMC recognised could be of some value. It has been of some value. It's to a point where there's going to be a massive major surprise coming up soon. But
colour me intrigued, like a little meerkat on the prairie.
And it's not far away. And I think a lot of the people who are in the scale will be very happy about it. But that's for another day.
I mean, I must admit, because I'm a little bit like yourself, but mostly in a bigger scale. But I'm one of many people, whereas you sort of stand out head and shoulders in the TT120 community. But I know that when Hornby were talking about putting out the Class 25 HM7000 profile, we were all braced in the beta test group for like, right, come on, hold them back. They're gonna start thinking something's afoot. And the moment that was announced and I broke the news, people were going, TT120 Class 25, and it was quite interesting that that was like people's first port of call. Was suddenly there was a lot of TT120 modelers thinking, yes, we're getting a rat. In a way that I guess, double O gauge modelers wouldn't have been like that if they'd have gone, oh, Hornby's making an all new Tool 25. That'll be nice. Right, next thing. But the TT120 modelers were just like all over that like a cheap suit. And I hate to break it to people, but there were no plans. Or at least if there were, they didn't tell me about them.
Well, I do know who wants to make a 25 rat.
Well, I thought Ben Jones did at Hellion.
Everybody does.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things with TT120 is it goes back to my shooting fish in a barrel comment. There's, unlike with Double O, that, all of the popular obvious things have been done because we've had like 30, 40 years of new high fidelity tooling to plug all these gaps. But TT120 hasn't had that. So you can pick obvious things like Class 25s or Class 20s or Class 31s or Class 66s because it's a blank slate. And I suppose that, does it feel in some respects like there is a little bit of a land grab that people want to get the evergreen products before somebody else does, or is it not like that?
Maybe, but as I said before, we're in this honeymoon period where there's so much land to grab, and only a few manufacturers out there to grab it. That if you do both go for the same thing, it really. That's not. I don't know. There's so much out there. It's got to be. I think there's going to be a very low chance that people are going to double up on stuff.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
the moment they get a sniff that somebody else is doing something similar, then I think a conversation can be had.
Yeah.
Because it's not about price fixing. It's not about any of the stuff that the commissions don't like. So I'm not worried about doubling up. I think that the days have gone, but maybe I'm being a bit naive, where there was a lot of that kind of let's beat someone to something type thing going on.
Yeah.
I don't think we're there yet with this. This scale.
People who work in the hobby are. I've never met anybody in the model rail industry who isn't themselves passionate about the hobby and about the products. And I think, like you say, there's people aren't playing mind games and land grabbing or anything. They just genuinely want great models that people will buy out there.
Yeah. It's a hobby. There are some obvious areas that we all think we all know about, and it can be really frustrating when we make those comments on the forums and on Facebook where you feel like you're shouting into the void. I can promise you, the people out there, they're not shouting into the void. There are people listening and watching in the background.
Yeah.
I don't know when, but there will be GWR in TT120 from day. I mean, there already is guys making kits of stuff.
Yeah.
And 3D printed panniers.
Well, I saw
on
somebody did. Somebody did a TT120 Class 02 shunter, which was I thought was very impressive.
Yeah, that's Richard Bayliss from Bayliss Bespoke Designs, or This Way Works. He's the guy who first shoehorned sound into a Class 08. It's a clever chap. So yeah, that's a kit that he supplies.
Yeah.
He also does a very, very high end pannier kit that goes into the J50 chassis, and it's all ready it's all nice slots for the sound decoder to go into, stay alive to go into, all that kind of stuff. Very cleverly designed. And that kind of thing. There's a few handsome ones of those being made.
Yeah.
Out there on the circuit at the moment.
And I think people do have to understand that, it does take time to bring models to market, and the point at which they're announced is, it always made me chuckle when a company would announce a model and then another company would go, oh, we're working on that as well, and people would pipe up and go, oh, they're only doing it to copy, and you knew full well there was like 2, 3, 4 years worth of hard work on that project that had already gone in secret before they got to that point. So I'm guessing that there's a pipeline of models already in progress from multiple manufacturers, some of which have not officially joined the TT120 party yet. Nonetheless, that work is being progressed for these models to be announced and appear shortly thereafter.
Yeah. I guess for some of them, it's a little. Some of those things might happen quicker than others, and also, we sort of struggle with the idea that we get these things announced and they could be a year to 2 years away. Yes. So there might be 1 or 2 people who are doing something a bit more quiet in the background and turn up with something. All joking aside, though, the Friday when we announced these Diagram 801s from Rapido, I got a phone call that afternoon from another manufacturer, or my contact at another manufacturer, who said that they had literally the day before done a proposal suggesting that they should make the 801 Diagram fish wagons.
Yeah,
but it only got to proposal state, so they weren't upset. They hadn't spent any money.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that before where people have got as far as CADs or whatever, and they just, at the end of the day, they take a view whether they are further ahead than the other person, and secondly, whether it's cost effective to just bin that project and move on. And I'm aware of quite a few projects that have got to various stages and then just been binned.
Of course, the beauty right now of 120 is there's plenty of low-hanging fruit.
Yes.
So someone can just turn around and go, yep, okay, boom. There are 1 or 2 things which everyone's sort of, I think, are really low-hanging, that everyone seems to be shying away from. I think some of them are worried that somebody else is already doing it.
So what, everybody thinks that's so obvious, somebody must already be working on it.
Yeah, and I'm worried we're going to miss out on this particular thing. So it's one of the things.
But I mean, you're in a position though where you're kind of with no specific allegiance to one manufacturer over another. I suppose you can put out the feelers to figure out whether anybody really is working on such things, and maybe give nudges.
Yes, but it's a fine line to walk, because they've all got NDAs and they don't really want everyone else knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
But and I have to be very careful when I'm having I need to keep the confidence that these people have given to me.
Absolutely.
I need to keep their trust.
Yeah, don't worry. We're not going to put your feet over the fire.
Don't worry. We're not.
The Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Here, Peachy, come and have a seat in my comfy chair. Would you like some cake? Cake or death?
Getting away from from Monty Python and also.
Yes, it's all getting very silly now.
Cake or death? I'll have cake, please.
Well, we're all having cake.
Let's get back to the Rapido 801 wagons.
Yes.
Now, you've seen what we're offering. What do you think of them, Jenny?
Well, I like them.
Of the spread,
I think you've got a good spread of them. Lots of different liveries to cover from early to late. And in terms of, I'm sorry, the monkey is like.
It's TT120. It's my area. I already put in the thumbnail the one that I'm buying, the red one. Yes, I'm having that. Thank you.
But the thing about them is that they had quite a long and interesting career in departmental use. So there's such a spread of pretty standout liveries. But I'm a big fan of the Rapido one, and I'll say quite plainly, I like the Hornby 001 back in the '60s. So. It's definitely it's a wagon that I've been aware of all my life in model form, and I think that it's a good choice. It's a good solid choice. It has the advantage in some respects. It's a little bit more unusual, so it's less likely to have somebody else go, oh, but we're about to bring out one of those as well, whilst at the same time maintaining the commercial viability of it. That's my thoughts.
The only thing that a bit of me would like to have had something that pushes a little bit further on in general use, i.e. pushing more into tops in general use, or even touching sectorization. But I mean, you're right. Some of the departmental ones did. You know, I think those black electrical mechanical engineering ones seen alongside you know, the stuff with the S&T stuff. You know, the signalling and what does the T stand for again?
Signaling and telegraphy or something.
That's it. Yeah. Not sugar and tea. So those things all go together. There's a lot of that kind of interest in the background. It's not all about long rates of rolling stock disappearing into the distance. It's stuff that's in yards, stuff that's doing repair work. All that stuff adds another element of interest to what we're doing. And yeah, you're right. Like as Zoe said, the red one's striking. The yellow one is out of those three, is possibly the one that's performing the best. But it is quite a stunner. The red one's possibly more practical. I think the black one is also a really good buy. But I would say that anyway, wouldn't I?
Yeah. So I take it you've got one of every colour on order. But I mean, one of the things I think a lot of people will sort of assume, well, not everybody, but some people would assume is you can take all the CADs and such like of something that's been done for 00 and just shrink it a little bit. But that's not exactly the case. So when you go from, say, Rapido's got their 00 version, how involved is the process to make the TT120 version of that? Are we talking about tweaking CADs or having to do them completely from scratch?
I don't know. I'll just sell this stuff.
I've got people for doing that.
I do know that Rapido have put a lot of effort into this because they did have a tiny blip in the height of the 001, and that's been rectified, resolved. The reasons for it are in my video, so you have to go and watch my video. Yes. I think there's been a lot of people saying, okay, well, the CAD needs to be changed. And well, of course, the CAD needs to be changed. Yeah, because a big chunk of what's happening, you know, all the research is invariably sorted out for a lot of this stuff, and of course, the exterior CAD invariably that's not the issue. It's the wall thicknesses and what's going on inside. Yeah. And remember, this is a true scale gauge, so that sometimes gives issues
because with 00, there's often compromises to effectively make it sit on narrow gauge track without making it obvious. But TT120, one of the big selling points of that is it's true to gauge. It's you know, what you see is what it should be. You know, there's no sort of like EM or P4 version to try and get it accurate, because TT120 is accurate out of the box.
Now, so your EM and your P4 guys are the ones who will, that's back in my roots from what my dad was doing. They'll tell you that actually creating a loco with the correct gauge can give you some issues which you don't have in a compromised scale like 00HO, because you don't have that leeway. Certainly the 120 Mallard with its full skirts, that has had a few little issues because the wheels are closer to the inside of the skirts.
So there's no physical space for the valve gear, which, if you made it scale thickness, would be too weak.
Yeah, and so how the front pony truck does actually sometimes crawl up the inside of the wall, then come down again. In my Mallards, I went on the inside with the German and just put a little bit more material off, and it seems to resolve the issue for me. But I've also had, I've got two Mallards. The other Mallard, which has been renamed, I've had that running round stuff with no problems at all. So it's a little bit, the tolerances are so fine with this stuff. But you...
And does that...
I think part of the experience as a rower modeler is working out, right, okay, that particular corner over there, that's the one where I'm going to have to back off a little bit. And then if I do notice the pony truck lifting up, then all I need to do is I just need to back off so I can settle down again. And that kind of stuff I know some people would expect everything to be perfect out of the box, but this is model engineering.
Yeah. And I mean, these things are precision things which are hand assembled after all. It's, I think some people maybe forget that there's people in a factory somewhere trying to work out how to make these and putting them together. Now, we have
That's partly what I wanted to jump in on. If you're going to fully scale, some of your walls end up a millimetre thick and you just can't sell it.
Yeah.
If you go a bit higher than that, you end up with rubbing issues, and at the end of the day, you've still got to have someone physically able to put this thing together.
Yeah.
So there are compromises at every level, but I don't think.
I think people also forget, Zoe, that take Scalextrics for example. Right, got the same kind of motors, same kind of technology going on between a Ford Escort and a Formula One car.
Yeah.
But the Formula One car, you will be able to drive that around a track faster than you will be able to a Ford Escort, for example.
Yeah.
Just because of the body shape, the weight distribution, that kind of stuff, and the size of the wheels, its wheelbase, right? And no one expects a Scalextric car to just go flat out and go through every piece of track that Scalextric has designed. So why they assume that's the same for robot models, I've no idea, because you certainly can't take a real steam engine and go maximum speed everywhere on the network.
Through reverse curves at a scale 90 miles an hour. You couldn't do that in real life.
You can, but only once.
I mean,
and they'll say things like, "Oh, my Class 50 can do it, but my Terrier can't." And they're completely different designs of locomotive.
Yes.
And I mean, that brings us into a question that I wanted to ask about this, is with the restrictions that being in TT120 brings with it. Are there models which we've seen in 00, which at the moment the technology is not there to be able to make theoretically in TT120? Are there models that effectively you have to say, we physically cannot make that at this time?
Yeah, and it's the same kind of thing that's happened. That you can look at what they couldn't achieve in N-Gauge. I certainly think that the earlier period stuff could only be achieved with some really clever sort of workarounds. If they were to bring out some of the early stuff, I would love that. Era 2 stuff, but you might be looking at going back to the idea of having a tender that has the motor in it rather than the locomotive.
Yes.
Just because of so much of physical running stuff. When you look at locomotive, all that, or rocket, there's so much stuff outside going on. Yeah, no real body space.
So you'd end up with it freewheeling and maybe have a motorised coach was actually the powerhouse of the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to have that compromise, but I understand if someone else wouldn't, because it wouldn't work with what they want to envisage in their head.
And I suppose in some ways people have been spoilt over the last 30, 35 years, getting more and more and more in 00. Is there an element that people expect TT120 to just turn up and go, ta-da, everything that you know and love in 00 and a whole lot more? Or are people a little bit more realistic about it?
I think maybe it's a mix. You look at the forums, you look at Facebook. There's plenty of people saying that they're very happy with what's coming out. They're happy to just enjoy the hobby, enjoy the layout build, enjoy investigating new technology, and trying out different things. I'm not worrying so much about not being able to pick and choose from the whole complete 00 palette, for example. There are others who seem to be really quite upset by it, but there's always a minority that allows this. I think the vast majority of people are really quite happy with what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, that was one of the other things. Is right when TT120 first appeared, you had the usual armchair critics going, "Oh, it's going to fail." Well, I assume there's no sign of it failing yet, but they still keep banging on about it.
Don't say yet. That sounds like you're planning.
No,
what are you planning?
But it must get tedious. These people going, "Oh, TT120, it'll be a failure," and you think, "Well, what?"
I can imagine that. I can imagine that being quite frustrating for Joe Modeler out there who is enjoying his TT120.
Yeah.
Yes.
And keeps hearing that.
Yeah.
But I'm in the lucky position where I can actually see real data and see real sales numbers and see how it's growing and see how well it's doing.
So actually, I mean, you've got the information that trumps all of these armchair experts. It's like, well, actually, you know, it's going well, and I know because it is.
I mean, you know Alex. You've met Alex. Many
Yeah,
times.
I know Alex. He's a great guy.
Worked with Alex, right? He's a very hardworking young man who's a businessman.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
He would not waste his time with this old bugger if it wasn't working.
Oh, absolutely. At
Simple
the
as
end
that.
of the day, the reason that TMC is so successful is because he's got his business head on, and like his father before him in the business, they know that you do what works, what makes money. You can't do things because it's like, well, I want one of these, so we'll see if anybody else does after it arrives. No, they're very switched on to being successful in business, and that's why TMC is one of the biggest, most successful model railway retailers in the UK.
We are getting a question here.
Yeah?
Some people saying they're interested in GWR stuff, but a few questions are coming up. Where's Great Central in all this?
Great Central. Well, I think the problem is Great Central, in a way, it's a bit like how it started to appear in 00. You got the stuff that appealed to most people first, like things like your Class 25, your standard Class 4 tank, or whatever. The Great Central stuff comes a few decades later when you have the luxury of branching out into the nice to have stuff.
I have to ask, because I'm a little bit off on my history. Is Great Central the one that Brunel made and it was a different gauge?
No.
Which one was that?
Great Western.
Great Western, thank you.
Yeah. You can tell that Zoe's not being immersed in railways as much as we have.
If you want me to crack under pressure and give you some of my crystal ball,
this sounds like, come on, spank me. I've been a naughty boy. Go on,
Jenny.
you want me to.
Jenny?
Most of what is going to be happening, I believe, over the next couple of years, isn't rocket science to work out.
No.
And that is that people have looked at what Hornby's done. People have spoken to the retailers about what's selling, and they've looked at what's been coming out and what Hornby have moved forward with. And that is that, unsurprisingly, the 40-year rule has worked in this case, and which is why we're getting, a lot of there's a whole batch of Dutch stuff coming out, and there's a lot of that kind of era 8 and 9, bit of 7, bit of 6. That has all become actually really quite popular. Let's call it the blue-grey plus.
Yeah.
And now, so what you're going to see over the next couple of years, I think you are going to see more of that kind of stuff as the scale gets more adopters. But with more people coming in, then it's less and less of a risk for some of these companies to do something like a spam can, do something big on the Southern, do a whole range. See, the Great Western stuff, I don't quite agree with most of the manufacturers. I think bring out a pannier and the people will buy them. Even if there's nothing for them to run with yet. Whereas most of them are saying, oh no, if we do GWR, we've got to do the whole malarkey. I'm thinking, do you really?
But
It'd be great if they did. It'd be great if they did.
Yeah, because that's not how it was when, back in the bad old days where, you had a catalogue that had 4 different locos, and it's basically they were in that catalogue for year after year after year. People, would buy a loco even if there was nothing to run behind it because they were glad they had the loco. And I think that maybe the 00 mentality, where we've never had it so good for so long, has crept into the thinking at manufacturers, and maybe they need to see how 00 started at the beginning and how that progressed before.
You've nailed it. Jenny, you've nailed it on the head, right? And that is one of my driving things when I'm talking to these people. And it's very hard for them. Remember, it is their business, and they're the ones who've got employees they've got to pay, and they don't want But right now, I've been saying this for 2 years now. Stop looking over your shoulder. Stop thinking about the data that you've got, because it's not 100% relevant. And there's a lot of people out there who just want to have something. You've got to look at this in a different way. And refreshingly, there now are one or two people out there who are decision makers who are paying attention, not just to me, but to the rest of the TT120 community and listening to what they're saying. And it is getting in. You know.
So I've noticed, actually, we've been chatting for quite a lot longer than I was anticipating. So a few quick fire questions. If
Not the one where babies come from. I'll tell you when you're older.
if Peachy put his modeller's head on rather than his business head, what locomotive would you, if money no object, would you have in TT120?
It would be a Eurostar, but also a GWR Prairie.
Okay.
Can I have two, please?
Okay. Well,
The reason for the GWR Prairie for me is because it was my best loco as a kid. I had the Lima one, which was so much more detailed than the Hornby, and I thought it was amazing and fantastic, and it did everything for me. So that's a nostalgia thing. The Eurostar, I suppose that's more to do with the fact that that was the first loco I bought my son. I bought him a 00 Eurostar. Now, actually, I don't want the big old grey tank. I want the more modern, sleek-looking thing that also runs in burgundy colours from Paris to Amsterdam. That's, and I'm hoping that maybe Arnold might do something like that. That would be cool.
And in terms of the different scales compared with each other, I'm thinking N, 00, TT120, O gauge. Where does TT120 lie in terms of popularity and sales?
It's second only to 00.
Wow.
So it outsells even N gauge.
Yeah.
And
overtook N gauge in February.
so, I mean, do you think that will start to feature in?
Can I clarify something?
Yeah.
That's in new product sales.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, whereas Engage, as with all the other established scales, there's a lot of business in pre-owned.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. I guess TT120's not been around long enough for that bulk of products to have filtered properly through to the second-hand market. I mean, they do appear, but not in the kind of quantities that we see in N
You
and
certainly
00.
couldn't do the £50 challenge.
No,
in
not
TT120.
And one final question. The TMC YouTuber channel, are we likely to ever see anything following that up or not? There's a curveball for you.
Sorry, what do you mean?
TMC challenge.
The TM.
Oh, the challenge thing. I think the main the desire to do something like that, more creative, is there. The problem is that right now, with rising costs and all that kind of stuff going on, we're all got three hats and we're all flat out.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know that Alex is now the owner of Layout Concepts.
Yes.
That's an independent ownership.
And that's a full company to itself.
Yeah.
But obviously, we have the contract to do all the distribution and the warehousing, and so it's TMC doing that.
Yeah.
It's the only way that the product line would survive, and that's put a huge amount of workload onto everyone, including Howard. And Howard's the driving force behind those creative things on TMC.
I have noticed that every time I talk to him, he's like he's spinning a lot of plates, and somebody keeps putting more on sticks. Go, Howard, keep that one going for me, would you? So
but that's the same for all of us. Everybody at TMC working flat out.
Absolutely. Well, look, thank you so much for joining us. We've taken up a little bit more of your time than I thought we would, but it's been really great to talk to you,
Really
finding
has.
out about the new commissions, the exciting new commission, first TT120 from Rapido, and hopefully the first of many. And if people want to get their orders in, they need to get themselves over to the TMC, the Model Centre's website, where they can order all the different versions. I take it all versions are currently available to order. There's nothing sold out as yet.
No, and there won't be anything sold out until we decide until it goes to manufacturing. So at that point is when we can decide how many more we might need to order.
So
some of the lines are definitely going to need to have more.
So there is flexibility to increase the production run size.
Exactly. Now, but just one last little thing to everyone. There's a lot of people out there who maybe doing something a little bit more modern. Pushing into the Era 9. Those departmentals had really long lives.
Oh yeah.
If you really want to see more stuff coming from people like Rapido and from the manufacturers who are paying attention to what this is doing, and put your hand in your pocket, go buy yourself the yellow, the red, or the black one.
Yeah, get it custom weathered.
If you're doing modern, the one that doesn't really need the help promoting is the one that we did. It's the preserve one down the Bluebell line that runs behind the Normandy and the Terriers. Yeah, that one's been phenomenally popular. Yeah, but grab one of those and have it on your layout for running whatever you like.
There's there's quite a few of them preserved. When we rode on the Keighley and Worth Valley Railway, there was a couple of them parked in the sidings at Haworth. So they're still out there. And I believe in departmental use, you're looking at certainly into the 1990s. Some of them were clinging on as things like re-railing packing wagons to travel with breakdown cranes.
And the black one with this little generator inside it, that was quite often put on the back end of the S&T long vans, the signalling vans, because it means they've got a little generator. Yeah. But those black ones with the generator, I probably didn't push that enough in my video. Is those ones had some of the longest lives because they were so effective. They were lockable, but they went everywhere. They could go on the main line because they could go at a fast pace. Yeah,
because they're long wheelbase, so they could go at 75 miles an hour.
Engineering works all over the country. Yeah. They're the sort of things that turned up and had a little generator inside them.
Excellent. Well, look, thank you so much, Peachy TT120. We will get the exclusive light blue. I'm trying to find it now. I can find. Oh, there we are. So I don't think have we given you one of these already or not? The light blue.
Yeah.
Oh, you've already got.
Do you remember I phoned up just to blag onto it?
Oh yes, you did.
That's a different colour.
Oh, I was getting really excited that we were going to give one. Oh, okay, well, fair enough. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we could send it to you, and you can give it to Alex or somebody for all the great work he does for the hobby, perhaps.
To be honest with you, just give it to him when we inevitably pop round to pick up one of these wagons.
Yeah, and I mean your own special commissions, the Peachy TT120 open wagons, have sold really, really well.
There's a third one of them apparently. Yeah. I missed it.
Well, it's still available, isn't it? The third one.
We did a multi-pack 1, 2, and 3 because people wanted to catch up. Yeah. I think we might have 1 or 2 packs of those left. We've got plenty of the number 3 on its own.
Well, that's the one you need.
That's the one I need.
That's the one she needs.
Because we ordered extras of those so that they'd be around for longer in the year.
I mean, I must admit, on the subject of TT120 wagons, actually, we're considering commissioning one, but our sponsor, Sawyer Models, has had an amazing response to the NCB one that he's commissioned, and I think it's his fastest selling exclusive in any scale.
Please apologise to him for me not buying one. The only reason why I haven't bought one is because I've already got 40.
40?
40. I don't need any more.
Wow. Yeah, but you haven't got this one.
No, I haven't.
Jenny, it's not you.
For a short period, I got infected with that collection gene.
Yeah.
And I realised that so many retailers are doing really well with this. Yeah. And I couldn't collect. There are people who collect them all, but
yeah, it's like Pokemon. Got to get them all.
I've got 2 kids going through university.
So everybody buy the Peachy wagons because he needs the money to put his kids through university. Well, look, on that note, we're going to let you get on. Thank you so much for coming on. Peachy TT120, everybody. And like we said, get yourself over to TMC, the Model Centre, to get those ordered. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. Take care.
Cheers, guys.
Oh, hold on.
Well done.
There we go.
You've broken it.
No, I haven't
Yes,
broken it.
You have. You licked it.
Oh, my ears
You
feel
licked it
weird.
and broke it.
It's
'cause
got
you're a
very
git.
hot up here, and I've just realised part of the issue is because the fan, our biggest fan, is not blowing at me. So it sits here, biggest fan. Yay! We love Jenny. It's always nice to have a big fan around. So there we are, the full lowdown on TT120. It's always a pleasure talking about TT120 with people like Peachy because he is so massively enthusiastic. I can see in his eyes there's so much he wants to talk about that they've got planned. So I'm really looking forward to see what's coming through from various manufacturers. And you know full well that this is going to be a really great model. Rapido trains, great track record. And certainly the Fish fans have been an amazing performer from them. It's one of my favourite wagons that they've done. So we're just going to try and get the chat back up on the big screen.
I did think it was very interesting that it didn't matter what question you threw at him, he knew the answer. He is really knowledgeable.
Well, yeah, he is Mr. TT120.
The king of TT. So, yeah, I have to get myself that third wagon because I don't have it yet.
Yes, yes. So it's a little bit slow trying to get at the
Yes,
the
it
chat.
is.
Chuggity, chuggity,
That's
chug.
That's because you touched all the buttons.
It's like hit the
Sorry,
lever.
were you about to say that you touch yourself in that? Were you
No,
admitting?
no, no.
Oh.
No. Right. Oh god, this is long-winded.
You're long-winded.
The whole system is long-winded.
You wind.
Wind?
You windy pops.
No, you are windy pops. You had beans. Right. What do we like? So, I'm just trying to see. A great interview, Peachy, says Mike Lane TT120. Mike Lane TT120 says, I'll be on to Sawyer's for my wagons soon. DJ K666.
Good grief. No. Don't stop.
A distinguished member for 43 months. Oh, my
goodness.
word.
You're not sick of us yet.
Gosh,
Everyone else seems to be.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll get out for good behaviour before then. You're not on parole from membership yet. But look, thank you so much. And I would read your comment out, but the screen's gone white.
Disappeared.
It's gone white, bathing you in the glow of tech bro rubbish. Oh, here we are then. So the temptation is getting stronger, says DJ K666. Says, I'm considering doing a small TT120 side project.
I projected on my side once.
Stephen McClay 8903 says, good morning from New Zealand, little early or late.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. RG Models 86 says, who do we think will follow Rapido in producing TT120? Well, actually, what I thought was an interesting observation made by Peachy was that TT120 is now outselling N-Gauge. And I wonder whether we could see one of the big boys who traditionally are 00 and N-Gauge in the main, maybe start considering... I was thinking of Backman, I was thinking of Daypol as well. And actually, I have to say, Daypol with their amazing 517 class, really great locomotive. And we've got, following that up, the 1400 class is due out shortly. Get your orders in for that, you will not be disappointed. But could they be persuaded to make that in TT120? And that would, of course, then answer the prayers of TT120 modelers with something GWR. It also means that you could pair it with an auto coach, would be another obvious development, and it's like an instant train. Richard Gruter says, I much prefer TT over N. The Growler Blackwood N-Gauge layout, hello to you. Dan90 Tank says, I would buy into TT120 if a pannier was available in BR or GWR, as I think BR might have more legs to the amount of rolling stock available. Plus, if you do the pannier tank, then I think that there's a lot of other options. You've got NCB versions. There were a number sold to the NCB. Have a really interesting kind of green livery. I think they went to the Mountain Ash Colliery amongst others. Also London Transport panniers, and Stevenson Clark had one in a really quite natty blue livery. So there's some interesting options, and maybe and this would be in Rapido's wheelhouse, I'm guessing, because they've done a lot of licenses with Studio Canal, who own the license for the Railway Children. You could even have that Great Northern and Southern Railway pannier tank as used in the original 1970 film. Yeah, a lot of people saying we'd like a pannier. Yeah, Ben Tullett, 6068, the Railway Children pannier, definitely, absolutely. So I think a pannier would be a good thing. Anthony says Rapido could do lots of pre-grouping in TT, but it was interesting talking with Peachy about that there seems to be more modern modelers, and that maybe pre-grouping isn't necessarily where the great popularity is. But on the other hand,
I've mentioned this on previous episodes of this show.
Which is why we're seeing a lot of things like the Class 66s being very popular.
This is why I said a Class 90 or a 99 might be more in the wheelhouse for TT120, because people that are coming into it, especially the younger people or people our age that have got young kids, are wanting to model things that the kids have seen.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I mean, when I was a kid, you know, the idea of modelling like super duper modern stuff wasn't, you know, my father was more interested in like the BR steam period. You know, basically the stuff he remembered from being a kid. And then when I came back into modelling after university and kind of took wholeheartedly to like proper scenic modelling and learning my craft, for me, I found myself really drawn to the BR Blue period, because that's what I remembered from my childhood. So what you're seeing here, I guess, is people coming back into the hobby. That seems to be a big area for TT120 sales, and you're looking at things that they remember from being young over the past 40 years. You know, you're talking about the very end of BR, sectorisation.
What's about to come onto screen? The grey and yellow one.
Oh, the Dutch Class 33.
That is nice.
Yeah, that's it's actually the review sample that Hellion sent that I did a review on of the Class 33 when they did the tweaked version. Again, another Hellion
I'd
model.
have one of them in TT120. That's nice.
Class 33. I can see a Class 33 coming. Let's make tracks. TT120 says, I agree. That's why I prefer preservation era. Otherwise, I'd have a mass collection of 66s. Yeah. And Peter Jackson Chile Heath says, young families with kids want modern stuff. 66s, 68, 69s, and Pendo Voyagers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell, even the Intercity 125s look an old hat compared to the modern stuff.
Yeah.
And the Intercity 125 is the best apart from the Gronk.
SHGP Media says, pannier, auto coach, and a toad. Seems like a no-brainer to me. Yeah, I mean, I suppose one of the things is you can't truly know how well a pannier will sell until you have one to sell.
True.
And, you know, I think at the moment that somebody commits, I think a pannier is going to be an obvious locomotive. Now, it wouldn't surprise me, and I know that, you know, I sometimes brag a little bit about being involved with the beta testing of HM7000, but I genuinely have no insight into what Hornby are working on. And in TT120, one of my thoughts were, you know, they brought out the Terrier, fine little model in TT120, and they did the J50 as well. So that means that they've got LNER and Southern covered. So the obvious choices for them would be very much going for GWR, small locomotive, Pannier 8700 class is the obvious choice on that. And for the LMS, I would say the Ginty.
Oh,
what's wrong?
Now there would be a thing.
Let me change the angle of the tape
Bachmann
angle.
coming into TT120 with the Thomas the Tank Engine range.
I think that might be. I think that might be how Bachmann would test the
That
water.
would be a hell of a winner. I would have that now.
Because the thing about that as well is that TT120 is not just a UK market.
It's international.
Yeah, I mean TT120, it's new to the UK, but it's a very established scale across Europe. And you're looking at, from I suppose Bachmann's point of view, an avenue to sell more Thomas the Tank Engine. And I suppose, I mean, that's I wasn't thinking of that, but now you've said it, I'm actually
I'm not the one that said it.
Oh, who said it? We need to name check and
Ben Tullett.
Ben Tullett 6068 says the only manufacturer that can do TT120 models with the famous blue tank engine and his friends is Bachmann. I think there's probably somebody at Bachmann going, who told them? Who told them? But no, seriously, I think that would be a good, safe bet for Bachmann to test the water in TT120.
Yeah.
And see how sales go. Because if sales of that are through the roof, then it then becomes easier to expand on that range, because you can produce wagons for Thomas the Tank Engine, but also at the same time with an eye for them having an outside of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Yeah, just have a change in the tooling that doesn't have the face on it.
Well, I'm thinking Duck and Oliver. Well, there's your pannier tank, and there's your 1400 class. So, interesting thoughts.
Yeah.
Very interesting thoughts. Ian White 7462 says, Zoe, I see your Gronk and raise you a super Gronk.
Super Gronk.
Super Gronk. Super Gronk. Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes. SHGP Media says, other thing for me which would encourage me to buy into TT120, an early generation DMU like a Class 101, and then a later Class 158 in Sprinter can do loads of layouts with those. Well, I mean, we've got the Hellion Class 121122 coming. That is still coming. Fairly close, actually. Peachy's been running samples of those for quite a while. So I guess that, that's a first generation. It's quite a safe first generation one. From Bachmann's point of view, if they wanted to do TT120 Thomas the Tank Engine, it does make it a little bit more awkward to do Daisy, who's I can never remember whether it's a 122 or 121. But that is available. A Class 101, I guess, would be a very long-lived and safe bet, because the Class 101s were still running into the days of First Northwestern. I remember them going into Piccadilly. So, a Class 101 is another... there's a lot of stuff. We're leaning on an open door, although it's easy to say that from the outside looking in. But I guess that, from a manufacturer's point of view, looking at, okay, what would be a nice safe bet to get into TT120? I would say a Class 101 is definitely an incredibly long-lived example that would be a fairly safe bet. So for all I know, somebody's working on that. And I know obviously Peachy, very, very particular. There's obviously things he knows he can't talk about, won't talk about on air, and we wouldn't expect him to. I think that there's every possibility that we could see a Class 101 come through from a manufacturer who has not officially said that they are in TT120 yet. Breezer606, hello to you. Said, went to college to work on the 423 VEPs. I had to get one when I saw they were on sale at Rails, 50% off. Yes, Ray. I don't know whether that sale's ended now, but there was a really great deal. The Class 423 VEPs in 00, going for an incredible price. If I wasn't absolutely broke, I would have been very tempted. Plus, there is a HM7000 sound profile for those, so really quite tempting. RG Models 86 says the Reverend W. Audrey took a two-car Class 101 and converted it into a single-car unit for his Farquhar layout. Although presumably, whose Class 101 was it? Who made a Class 101 back in
George Orwell.
No.
You had to think that.
No, I was just thinking, what a wally you are, Zoe. I'm just curious where he got the 101 from. It would have done that because you couldn't get a 121 or a 122. And the thing about that is if you cut the cab off the other end and cut and shut it onto the single car unit, you've effectively created a 121 or a 122. Ben Tullett 6068 says Bachmann have figured out with the Thomas narrow gauge that if you remove the faces off the models and base them on the actual locomotives the characters were based on, then they please adult models. Absolutely, I've got my own Taliesin in red with the wonderful decoder, stay alive and firebox flicker conversion from Tram Fabrique, and it is a lovely model. Warbler Production says it would probably have been a Triang model. I did suspect it could have been Triang, and Richard Knoll says Triang made the Metro Camels in the 50s and 60s.
To be fair, having a more detailed and more realistic looking locomotive with the Thomas face on it worked really well for Wonders of Sodor, the game.
That tastes like I'm not saying it's wrong, but it tastes a bit weak. It's like fizzy water. Or maybe my taste buds have just fried.
Just your taste buds.
Not as sweet as the last one. I like it. I don't like sweet things. Now, can I just say, Gandalf, get your head out of the biscuit barrel.
A Monday
Gandalf, wait.
What's wrong?
I haven't said who it is.
Okay,
You've got to wait for who it is.
go on then.
Mark Wilson, the waxer of the DeLorean, says hello.
A Monday clubber is definitely never late, Mark Wilson. Not when they have a DeLorean.
Yes.
They are never early either. They arrive exactly when the time circuits tell them to.
Because what I'm thinking is that Mark Wilson may well have come back in time from next week, and he's sitting there going, you don't know what's coming. There's a big announcement, and somebody's going to go, you know what? We're going to go head to head with somebody on a model that you know and love. Ha 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 ha.
So Anthony else asked, have I been back to my TT120 layout? I'd like to say yes, but
no.
Jen has started work on the
PG Sembaroto, which is my HOE, which for our American friends, I believe it's HON2 or HON24, would it be? So basically 2 foot narrow gauge. I've started work on that. So the first video is filmed. This Friday will be your chance to get in and start our new exciting layout build from the ground up. So at the moment, we're talking about baseboards, planning and starting work on the track. You know me, I don't hang around. I just get in up to my elbows and get building, and that's exactly what I've done. So you'll be able to catch that episode on Friday. So make sure you subscribe, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe this stream. Get it out there on social media, because everybody needs to know about TT120.
And that's why I haven't done any on mine, because there's no space. We are space limited in certain ways, because that's just modern life for you. So I haven't been able to do anything on it. But I have my plans, and soon I'll be able to fix together the 3 sections of the layout into one big section, and then we'll be able to do some stuff.
Somebody says one of your things doing the push-pull, and it turns out the Class 31 is. I'll wait for that to come round, and then I will fix that. That's sneaky.
Oh, yes, the push before you.
Sneaky.
So, Richard Grutus is saying he's been reading a book about anti-gravity and can't put it down. That's amazing. I love it.
Okay.
Let's have a different angle.
Angle of the dangle.
We need an angle now we can see you do your thing.
Oh, you want me to do my thing? Right.
Activate the cameras. There we
Okay,
go.
so you get to see me retrieve
Tim Shaw says he's just bought a couple of 4D's Baroda ZBs for his Indian narrow gauge. That sounds interesting.
Ooh. Colour me intrigued and very interested.
Yeah.
Oh, no, come.
Have you put them all off the track?
Nearly. So, no,
Are you being a doofus
keep
Maximus?
talking to them.
I will. Someone left modelling clay on my table, says RG Models 86. I don't know what to make of it.
He's here all night.
That's ridiculous. We still haven't had any word from Dovetail Games, by the way,
About
on when the next update from Thomas is.
We need more locos. I'm afraid we need Henry as a matter of utmost urgency.
We do.
But I also, we need more routes. We've explored everywhere. We've got all the collectibles, and I would love to see an expansion that's the Skarloey Railway.
Of course you would, yes.
That would be incredibly good fun.
Then
And also the Culdee Fell Railway.
I actually, when wandering around trying to find all the pickups, found one of the railways is on the map. One of the lines going north, but you can only go a few feet down it before it'll stop you.
Oh right, the magic wall.
Yeah, but the line is there.
Was it there at the very start, or has it appeared recently?
I don't know. But that's very telling, isn't it?
SHGP Media says, news from me, had 2 bookings for my 009 layout today. It will be going to Gunpowder Mills in July. Oh, careful it doesn't blow up on you. And also booked for the Great Electric Train Show in October. Excellent. So that means, I'm guessing, you've either had an article accepted, or you've at least had photography done for being in Hornby magazine. So well done, well done. Sam365-1, great to see you. Hope you are well. I haven't seen your name before, so we're going to prod the Gandalf just to be on the safe side.
A Monday clubber! It's never late, Total Wagons. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Yeah, RG Models 86 agrees with me. We need the Skarloey Railway and Wonders of Sodor next. And Railway Rob says, I noticed a copy of Railway Modeler on Jack Branning's coffee table in EastEnders last week. The last person I thought there would be a modeler. I don't watch EastEnders, but I'm sure they've had a Bachmann model feature on EastEnders before. Trevor Bell TT120. Everybody ready with the dad jokes? Remember when Botox was a taboo subject? Now when you mention it, no one raises an eyebrow. Yes, James Pett, it is the pun hour.
Unfortunately, Warbler, I can't do that. I can't port trains from Trains in World into Wonders of Sodor because I got the console version. So I'm kind of stuck.
Yes. And yes, it is a rebuilt merchant navy that's going round. I did see the comment, but Zoe wouldn't stop talking in time. Madden Steam Railway says, good night all. Good night to you. It's been an honour having your company. Don't forget to tickle that like button if you've not already done so. And consider sharing to social media. It's a good way to get the word out there about the greatness that is the Monday Club. How many years did you say we've been going?
Oh, give me 1 second, I'll find out for certain. If I go to...
I'm just curious how old we are.
Jen, if you don't know how old you are, then there's something wrong.
Well, no. But yeah, RG Models 86 says all the branch lines off the main line are present in the game, but the Farquhar branch is the only one you can travel for now. Yeah, we need more. We need the little Great Western, and the little Northwest Edwards branch line. I thought we had Thomas's branch line, or maybe we don't.
Okay. I'm sorry, it's not 9 years, it's 7.
So 7 years.
Shared chat with Jenny was 7 years ago.
Oh my word! So 7 years was when we started. I'm just looking at the thumbnails, and That is incredible. I look so young, and with a glass of wine. Shed Chat 4, I'm drinking Glenfiddich. Oh my word. And then by 5, we appear to have moved into the office.
That'll be the
God,
first live stream.
So thin there. Oh, the pies, the pies.
COVID did a number on a lot of us.
Yeah.
And Licorice All Sorts did the best.
Oh, SHGP Media says, no, neither yet. Interesting. Because I think when I went there, the rules were that you either had to have been featured or was going to be featured in Hornby magazine. And the only exception was that the OO Gauge Society got to pick a number of layouts.
Yes.
So there were people who circumvented that requirement by being in on the OO Gauge Society ticket.
So there is a way around it, but it's limited. You
Maybe
you really
change.
do need to be able to. But then again, it's their thing. They can make whatever rules they want.
Yeah. If they say that you've all got to wear a bow tie, I'm sorry. I'll come and watch that. They're spinning ones. And you got to walk around like this.
Do you have to wear it round your neck?
People did. Apparently the stream is broken. What have you done? Why are we not seeing the stream stats over there?
Yeah, the stream just dropped out. And now it's back.
We are back. Yes, Paul Grant, that is a rebuilt Battle of Britain.
I have a feeling that if I try to run a video, it's not going to work.
Let's not do videos tonight. Let's have a night off the videos.
Okay.
So, we've got, I think we've got some newcomers. Where are we going?
We've got a question.
There are some newcomers, so Gandalf.
A Monday Clover is never late, Toto Wagon. No, are they early? They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. Right. Excuse me. Trista Duke, hello. I did see you were in earlier on. I just didn't get a chance to say hello. Let's try a different angle of the dangle.
You're just trying to break everything now, aren't you?
For the brew that is true.
Yeah, that one. Oh, there it is.
There we are. Oh, we're back. Nice little angle of the dangle for the brew that is true. So, anything else in the news?
That's what I was about to ask you.
Let's Make Tracks TT120 says, I've sent images if that helps. Unfortunately, at the moment, I think we're going to have to...
You're going to have to accept the fact that we need to get a new computer.
Just stop.
September 2018, that's when Shed Chat started.
September 2018.
7th of September 2018.
So that would mean that it's 8 years, the 8-year anniversary in like a month and a half. Oh wow!
Yeah.
So there you are. If anybody ever says that, like, oh, that Jenny Kirk, she just copies other people. I was there first.
Why would anyone say that you copied?
Oh, there's some people who've got a chip on their shoulder.
Oh, come on.
Anthony says, just get another hamster.
I want to address this.
We'll put a pound in the electricity.
Now that you brought it up.
What? No.
Those that try and say, oh, X is copying Y and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Guys, YouTube is not a zero-sum game.
Yeah, also, can I just say, YouTube is just like, basically, we're doing what used to be on TV.
Yeah, we're doing public access television.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything
Channel 9,
comes
Aurora,
around.
Illinois.
Wayne's
World,
excellent. The people that try to bring up drama for views and clicks, like, please just remember, it's not a zero-sum game. Other people don't have to be knocked down for you to rise up. We can all be friends. Within
Claude
reason.
Hamilton says, a Hornby OO Gauge announcement tomorrow at 10 a.m. Ooh, colour me intrigued.
Okay.
DJ K666 says, I was still living in Eastbourne in 2018. I thought you had to be above the age of retirement to live in Eastbourne. James Pett says, news, Revolution Trains teased a new TT120 locomotive at the end of the weekend without saying what it is, and also 2 N-gauge locomotives. So,
my goodness.
Interesting. Flymo Chairman 1 says Perth end of June. Covrail. Andy Fry's Junction says Covrail is coming at the end of June.
Oh,
yes,
that's
and
news, yes.
Can I just say that I was actually asked a long time ago. It's one of the reasons that we put the thing up about YouTube celebrities opening shows, good or bad.
I remember
was just
that.
trying to gauge the market because I got asked.
You were
to,
very nervous about the idea of this.
Yeah, because I thought, it's would it backfire? Would it blow back? But it did, not in the way I thought.
People started causing fights instead, which is not what the point was.
Yeah, but I've been asked to open Covrail. I think it's because it's the janitor's day off, so they're gonna get the keys to me. I'll turn up and I'll be like, "Come on now, no pushing." I'll open the door and say, "Does anybody know where the lights are?"
I've been asked to judge that show,
I know you have, because I didn't want to judge it on my own, and I was asked to judge the show. Now, I will say, whilst Minith Tattoos Newith is there, I have insisted that Minith Tattoos Newith is not included in the judging. So don't worry, we'll not be voting for my own layout, not a complete sado. But there's going to be judging committee, myself, the Cupboard Monkey, and
some guy called Andy Sawyer.
Andy Sawyer.
I think he might be something to do with that red text just above us. By the way, thanks Andy for keeping the lights on.
Yeah, cheers Andy. But yeah, so we'll be judging the show. They've got some amazing prizes. So Covrail actually does go above and beyond.
Oh,
there's a big fancy trophy. The winner doesn't get to keep it. They get to pose with it, and then they have to give it back. But there is a small version that they get to keep. But they're going to have first prize and a second prize. And I believe that Sawyer Models has donated the first prize, which is a £100 voucher to spend on trains in Sawyer Models. And of course, they do mail order as well. The second prize that's been donated by another retailer, I'm really sorry, I can't remember, he did tell me, I'm really sorry, is £50. So there's actually like decent stuff to win, but you can't stuff the ballot box because it's real people judging it. Andy Fry's Junction says that is correct. Yes,
nice.
Absolutely. JL Railways! We have missed you so much.
Our aim is getting better.
I must say, I did drop JL Railways a message because I was concerned not seeing him around for a few days. And that's what we do here in the community. We look out for each other. So really good to see you.
It's never late, JL Railways. Nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And JL Railway says, missed you too, Jen and Zoe.
But your aim's getting better.
Now,
we have an interesting question here from Ben Tullett. Are you getting fed up of people posting AI pictures of layouts, claiming that it's their layout on social media? I am. I have to admit, I'm not on social media anymore. I got really, really fed up with the constant bickering of people who had nothing else to do except try and basically harm other people.
Yeah, it did feel. And this is not just our hobby. This seems to be across the board.
This is the problem. It's every hobby. I can't go from model railways to scale electric to wargaming and not find some prick trying to cause problems.
And that's why things like the Monday Club is so great, because we just get to hang out. We don't bicker. We don't, we don't sit there picking holes in stuff.
No.
But yeah,
we're here to lift everyone.
Exactly. But no, I mean, I must admit, after the horrendous lies and bullying that I faced, I've pretty much dropped off social media. It's like, I'm not really that bothered. But you've completely left. It became it's just so toxic, and we don't talk about politics, but it appears to have started in politics, where it's this tribalisation. If you're not with us, you're against us, sort of thing. And it's not healthy, people. It's not healthy.
Unfortunately, it's not new either. Rome had the same thing. Yeah. Egypt had the same thing. They used to have street fights over whether the green or the yellow team would win in a chariot race.
Huh. But it's interesting to go back to the AI thing. I see a lot of AI stuff, and it's starting to become very obvious, to the point where I don't bother watching Facebook videos because 99 out of 100 are AI slop.
And the other 1% is usually a very thin girl trying to get people's attention for OnlyFans.
Yeah, what have you got sticking out of the back? Have you got a pair of pants in there? I thought there was a pair of
You
pants.
mean my giant hair scrunchie?
Can I just say, this does match a set of pants you've got.
No, it matches my pajamas.
Yeah, they are. But,
Of the yellow team.
yeah. Richard Grudy says, I heard something nasty about Carol Vorderman. To be honest, there's so many people, and the more well-known a person is, the more
The
vile
more someone
comments.
will lie for attention.
Yeah.
I heard some, I'm going to actually say this because it's been annoying me.
Right.
I heard someone say that they went to an event and you rocked up with an entourage and demanded they move out the way of a layout.
Me?
Yes, so that we could film it.
No, we don't do that.
But there's two things wrong with that. One, the idea that you would be anywhere near it without a massive crowd trying to talk to you. Therefore, you wouldn't be able to
So
talk
who
to
was
them.
this liar?
I don't know.
And this is the thing, there's so much, you can't believe what you hear about people.
And the
'cause
other
there's
thing
so
is,
many
you
liars.
don't film. I do.
Yeah, I don't film. And I quite like it when nobody knows who I am.
That's why I sit off camera. People don't recognise me unless they've met me several times before. So I get to go around the shows and just film them.
Yeah. SHGP Media says, on that AI subject, if someone posts show me a pic of your layout, it's probably an AI bot. The same account will post fake AI images later using the pics which people post in reply. Yeah, it's basically monetizing anything that it can, and it's going to be the downfall of social media. It's the
Good.
AI slop. Essentially, you're going
Can
to
they both take each other down, please?
Yeah. Ben Tullett 6068 says you also get the pretend historical pictures of railways and locomotives, and you can tell they're AI by the mistakes. Yeah, there was one that purported to be Barry Scrapyard, and it featured in amongst all the stuff when you were looking closely at it. Quite
Why
apart
does
from,
the 33 stop at the 6?
I don't know. I need to clean the tracker thing. I'm going to I've got some Stay Alive, so I'm going to put a Stay Alive in it, which will solve the problem.
Yeah, that'll work.
But there was a station sign for somewhere in Wales, just plonked in the middle of the scrapyard, and
Yeah,
it was
it
just
just stops at
utter
that.
garbage.
And then goes again.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I will clean that bit of track, but I'm going to fit that loco with a Stay Alive.
It needs Stay Alive and some sound because it's amazing.
Yeah. But there's just too much AI slop. It's like if anybody, in the off chance that anybody from Facebook actually watches, which they probably don't because they're too busy creating their AI tech bro nonsense. But it's made the YouTube shorts worthless. Because I will not watch them, because now I just go, it'll just be AI slop, so I won't bother even looking at it.
I'm going to go out the other way. If you curate your shorts thing, my biggest issue with YouTube at the moment isn't the shorts and the AI. It's that they keep trying to change the algorithm to push things on me that I don't want to see.
Oh, I'm getting all sorts of weird right-wing conspiracy theory nutjob websites in America now.
Did you make the mistake of watching any clips from a late-night talk show?
Not that I remember, because I stopped watching YouTube Shorts because it's all AI slop.
Yeah, because it's something that people have noticed. The algorithm on YouTube, if you watch any clips from a late-night talk show, it will start pushing right-wing podcasts at you.
Yeah. But it's all
And
stuff.
no one's entirely sure why.
And because the tech bros have tried to make it rage bait you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and Raymond Legs 5508. I've noticed some of that as well. Even the people in ads are AI. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Oh yeah, because they don't want to pay for people.
Yeah.
Mind you, we've seen a few. We've started watching BattleBots because the new season's on ITV, and some of the adverts, man. Oh my god.
So good night, DJ K666. It's been great having your company. You take care as well. And Valley's 56XX, completely agree with you. AI is the most overhyped twaddle ever.
I'm going to say this, and it's probably something that people will hate, but I have no problem with people using AI, providing they know that people aren't going to like it, and people are going to have very strong views on it, and it is causing environmental damage. If you know all that and you accept it, and you're happy to do it, more power to you.
Yeah, I mean, it's like there appears to be a bit of a bubble at the moment, and we've seen this in so many things. Do you remember the .com bubble? We're old enough to have been,
I remember the South Sea bubble.
No, you don't.
I remember learning about the South Sea bubble.
Yes, you do. Earlstown Engage says, I was at the British Touring Car Championship at the weekend. Boom! And RG Models 86 says, when uploading a video, YouTube now asks you to declare if your video contains AI or not.
To be fair, it's been doing that for a very long time.
But the thing about AI is that it's a tool like anything else, and some would say it's a massive tool. But it's how you use it. And
that's exactly my point I was trying to make. Yeah.
There's basically there's uses for it, but some people overuse it. It's a bit like you can use a star wipe in your video, but if every transition is a star wipe, people get sick of it very quickly.
Yeah, but we've got an AI outro. The music on the end credits of this show is AI. The music that I use on several of my channels is AI. The reason is because I can't sing. I've got incredibly bad hearing loss with certain frequencies just gone. So I can't sing because I can't match to a pitch that I can't hear. So I use AI for that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't sing. I'm so tone deaf. I make her sound like she can sing.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So I use it as a tool because I can't do what I want to do otherwise. But yeah, James Pett, AI music can be great fun. James and I have been having loads of fun with it. But
anywho, can I just
when
say,
you go overboard and you do it,
trains.
yeah, that's what I'm getting to now. When you go overboard and you start making AI-generated model railways, what's the point? You can build. It's fun to build this stuff.
I suppose. I mean, although you could claim that going into train sim, and I'm assuming there's a means to actually make your own routes from scratch.
Not in Train Sim World, but I have 2 versions of the Hornby virtual model railway software, and I will get them working on one of the computers one of these days, and we're going to have fun with that because yes, you can build a virtual railway and then run it as if you're in the thing, or as if you're running the model railway. You can have fun with it that way. So yeah, there are ways to do it.
But I mean, that feels different to just saying to an AI, come up with pictures and videos.
Yes.
Because it makes like such obvious mistakes, like with the track work. It doesn't seem to be able to understand complicated track work like points and crossings. It swaps sides on the rails.
You can make your own routes in Train Sim Classic.
Ooh.
Cool, I will look into that.
Alan Reynolds, Buckland Junction, big hello to you, great to see you. I see FlyMoChem1 giving you the name check. PVA J Cloth Allen is in the building, great to see you.
In Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Now, I've got a final thing about this. We don't like AI-generated model railway
You
pictures.
think?
We don't like people...
Does it show?
I don't think... Would you be unhappy if an AI that ran on your computer and wasn't using the massive data centers that are destroying the environment, but instead ran on your computer, was able to create AI-generated ideas for layouts that you could then use yourself and then build yourself?
It would have to come on a long way, because at the moment it would generate stuff which the reality is you couldn't make it.
Yes.
I mean, it's a bit like when I was building or planning the track work where it was going to go on PG Semberoto that I've started building. The vision you have in your head of the space available is very different from the reality. And I think AI would make all sorts of Mickey Mouse mistakes that would in turn make it just worthless. So
There is a bit of that, yeah. I've just been told that Ellis Clark's released more of its 210 images.
Yes. Oh, that's a good point. Right. So, do you want to bring them up?
I will bring it up onto the main screen.
Yeah, you might want to get the pop-ups off.
Get first dibs.
So you want to go to other scales at the top. Yeah, don't scroll around. There we are. And or maybe it's under projects. Try under projects. Yeah, I think it's under projects. Let's go and have a look.
Let's see it.
Ah, there.
Yeah.
So let's have a look.
So this is the page that I was already on.
Huh. So keep scrolling down.
DCC ready for 295 or dual channel sound decoder at 415. It is a big jump.
Yeah,
but I think it's as a way of.
These look really good, actually.
Good grief, that's incredibly detailed.
I mean, yeah, these do look absolutely incredible, and with incredible detail, you know, you've got to pay for it.
Of course you do.
These do look really good. Do we have any actual pictures with liveries, or is it just EPs still?
Shop project.
Let's have a look and see. Well,
oh my God, that looks perfect.
So that's Gordon's Alive.
I'm not even.
That's the one that we saw.
I'm not doing hyperbole there. That looks perfect. That looks like the photos of the thing I saw.
One thing I will say though is I know that does it ship with 2 sets of front pony wheels, because those front pony wheels look a little bit undernourished, and I believe that's probably a compromise to get it round corners. I do seem to recall that it is being shipped with a second set of wheels.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, there we are. A Radius 2 front bogie wheels supplied in accessory pack.
There you go.
So yeah. Do we have any of the other liveries? Are there any other livery options that? So
is this green?
Yeah, khaki green. The sample picture of is the Longmore Military Railway Gordon. But this is a project I'm really looking forward to. It's interesting that they've gone Next 18 decoder for a large loco like this, but I'm really interested
More green.
about the Nexus decoder. I think that this potentially is going to be a quantum leap in sound decoder technology.
I absolutely agree. Ooh.
So
I like the way they've done the logos. This is looking incredible. It really is.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you. Thank you, Zoe, for sharing those. Can you? There we go. So so tempted by the sound fitted version. Not my region, but so nice. Says Valleys 56XX. Michael TT120 says so. Good night, Jenny and Zoe. Good night to you. Remember, everybody, do please like the stream before you go if you haven't already done so. And please do consider sharing the stream to social media, whether it be the Book of Face or whatever else the kids are hanging on these days. Get the message out there.
They're all on TikTok being weird.
Yeah. And if you haven't already done so, do subscribe to the channel. We've got the first video in PG Semberoto build in HOE coming on Friday. So you get to get in on the ground floor and watch as we do another project build.
Is it just me or does HOE sound like "Oi"?
No, it's just you. So we've actually come to the end of the stream so quickly. Now, are you doing a stream after this one?
I am.
So what are you playing on Gamehammer Classic Gaming?
Bearing
in mind that at the end of this stream you will be given a prompt to click the button, hit the lever, and you'll be transferred immediately over for your live streaming goodness to continue with the Cupboard Monkey.
I don't know what I'm playing tonight. Whatever people ask
now,
for.
I think...
My goodness.
I feel that you should slap a cartridge in the N64.
Maybe.
What game on the N...
Antonil, congratulations! Over 1,000 subscribers. Well done, man. Well done.
That does open the door on several things on the YouTube suite. So well done. It is really hard to build channels these days.
It really is.
Certainly if you're doing it the proper, honest way, organically, no buying of views and subs, then it really is tough. It's never been tougher. So hats off to you. That is a major
Excuse
achievement.
me, sorry. I'm just exploding.
Earlstown Engaged is... Oh, sorry about that. The explosion brought to you by Cupboard Monkey.
Can't help it.
Is there a monkey in your cupboard? No, but it's coming in your ears. Good night, everyone. Good night, Steve Maxwell, 1453. So, Let's Make Tracks TT120 says 1,000 in the Monday Club real time. Is there really? No, we haven't got 1,000 concurrents. I think our record is 503 concurrents in those heady days where Corona stopped being just a beer.
Yes.
But everybody's gone back to work now. So look, good night, everyone. I'm really sorry about this. She's not quite...
I'm really sorry too. I'm full of antihistamines and I'm still getting pollen. It's terrible.
So you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling. Bye for now. Roll outro.
What?
Just roll the outro.
You want me to press buttons?
Turn the Smegging video on.
Jenny loves you, diesel shunder. In the yard, you're no front runner. Unappreciated, slow and steady. Metal beast, you're always ready. Back and forth with wagons trailing. In the yard, you're never failing. Rusty wheels and engine humming, steady groans always coming. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk the 08 unsung hero. Diesel hard, but love is zero. Jenny sees your true intention. Endless work without a mention. Slow and steady, never flashy. In the yard where tracks are trashy. Jenny knows your secret song. To her, you're where you belong. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up, you're the one who fills the cup. Pull those wagons back and forth, gronk it up for what you're worth. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Gronk it up. Hashtag not a cult.
The train now departing is the 2105 service to Bucksfording, stopping at Peachy Semboroto, Mineth Tatis, Tatis Newith, Mineth Tatis Newith, Boxton on File, Boxton Junction, that unnamed layout that Jenny said had a name, it turned out it didn't have a name.
It didn't.
Eindhoven, Pittsburgh somehow, Grove Street Yard, probably some other places. All change at 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's Knob.
Oh, saucy.
And then on to Peachy Semboroto. That's the 2105 service to Peachy Semboroto. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For everything there ever was has gathered there together because today's the day.
Richard Gruter's legend! Richard Gruter says, remember, see it, smell it, sort it. We need a t-shirt. Zoe, can you make a t-shirt with that on? See it, smell it, sort it.
See it, sniff it, vomit.
No, just that. See it, smell it, sort it. And there just be a picture of a dog turd steaming.
No!
Richard Brutus, you utter legend. Do you know what? Queen Mary's in. Can I just say, Richard Brutus, I'm almost tempted. Shall we?
If you want, yeah.
Richard Gruter's, send the Cupboard Monkey your address and we will send you the coveted light blue Monday Club badge because I'm sorry, but that comment broke the monkey and I approve. So there you are, Richard Gruter's. Drop Zoe a message and we'll sort out. I want to send you a blue badge because that is legendary.
Yes, legendary.
Yes. I approve that. Oh, for God's sake. See,
Really
there
can't
is
help
more
it.
than one way to get a blue badge.
Yes.
No, Richard Grutus, you have been entertaining us with dad jokes, but I'm sorry, that was just... We've got to give these away somehow, so I'm sorry, you've earned it. Damn it, we will find you. We have skills, special skills. We will force the blue badge into your
Creep up
pocket.
on you at a show.
So there you are.
Right, I'm off to work.
Yeah, go on, go and get the stream started so I can finish up here.
Sounds like you want to just end.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
You want to go to bed, don't you? Because it's late. Past your bedtime.
I've got to take my car for repairs tomorrow.
Go take your car for a walk.
Don't like taking cars
Like
for
that guy
repairs.
that took his TV for a walk the other day.
Oh, I've seen him around a few times. He used to take a CRT one for a walk. He'd just drag it by the flex.
Yeah, drag it by the flex with the screen down, rubbing against the floor.
Somehow I don't think having the screen up would have saved it particularly, given it was raining.
Right, guys, I'm off skip. I'll see you soon.
Oh, Tumble of Clowns! Come on, look, how can I miss you if you won't go away?
How can I miss you if you won't go away?
Yeah, if it
I
has...
tried to ditch you, but you found ways to stay.
You've actually been and listened to it, haven't you?
No, I just added that line because it seemed...
It seems obvious.
Yes. It's almost like I know how to write a song.
Hmm. say you're going live? So, another minute or so. Yes, that 33 seems to like to stop there. It's got a HM7000 in, but I think it's the Hellion Loco might have either dirt on its pickups or just need the wipers pushing into shape. Let's see, can we clean the track? We'll see if that helps. There we go. Sometimes cleaning the track helps. I will put a Stay Alive in it. It clearly would benefit from it. So we've just had word that Gamehammer Classic Gaming is about to go live. So fasten your seatbelts, put all Gronks into the upright position. And remember, Gamehammer Classic Gaming is something that you witness rather than watch. Statements will be taken at the end, but for everybody here at Weiryard, take great care of yourself. Happy modelling, bye for now, and don't forget to look out for the episode 1 of the PG Sembaroto HOE Javanese sugarcane railway build on Friday.